I want to review this interview that Trump did this morning on Fox and Friends that went anywhere from lying about DC and the restaurant biz since his takeover to saying wildly scary things about his handling of Russian invasion of Ukraine. And then all the way to, we'll get at the end, him making the hosts really uncomfortable with bringing up Ainsley Earhardt, one of the hosts' relationship with Sean Hannity. Before bringing in our guest to discuss this, let's jump into this, which is Trump confirms reporting about a bonkers decision he made to leave his meeting with Zelensky and European leaders to get on the phone with Putin. Just the symbolism of that, being like, wait, hold, Putin's on the phone. Let me talk to Putin, is very telling about this circumstance. Let's listen.
During the meeting yesterday, when you decided to call Vladimir Putin, what was the reaction among the other people in the room, and what was President Putin's reaction to being brought into a phone call in the middle of your meeting?
Well, I think they expected it. I didn't do it in front of them. I thought that would be disrespectful to President Putin. I wouldn't do that because they have not had the warmest relations.
Wait, it would be disrespectful to President Putin? Vlad, hi. So I miss you. No. Did you get your poop bag? You brought your poop suitcase. He actually has a poop suitcase he brings on trips. Oh my gosh. I know. I'm with Zelensky. I know. Oh, he is kind of short. That is true. I don't know. All right.
And actually, President Putin wouldn't talk to the people from Europe. I mean, that was part of the problem. They had no communication. They had no communication with the White House for years as people died. Years with Biden and his people. No communication. Putin told me years. It was years that he didn't speak to anybody from the White House, and it was a long time that he didn't speak to anybody from Europe. No, it's a fractured relationship. And when I came in, I always had, despite the Russia hoax, which truly was a very dangerous thing for our country, but despite that, I maintained a very good relationship. I mean, you saw that when he got off his plane, I got off my plane. There's a warmth there that you can't, there's a decent feeling. And it's a good thing, not a bad thing. People would say, oh, that's such a terrible thing. It's not a terrible thing.
No, what is so catastrophic that you keep admitting and not realizing is that Putin is able to manipulate you so easily. All it takes is being nice to you and saying the election was stolen, and all of a sudden you back off again your deadline, your threat of sanctions and pressure, which is disastrous. That's what we need from the president to lead to lasting peace here. And every time he tells the story of, it's just, we have this warmth and he just likes me, and that's good. Diplomacy is good, true. Being played by a murderous dictator so that you won't do what's necessary to pressure him into actual peace, that's catastrophic. Now, before we get to other clips from this wide-ranging, as sometimes they say and watch these interviews, let's bring in the wonderful Josiah from the Pondering Politics.
Clean, beautiful
Josiah.
There he is. Josiah.
This is Russian President Vladimir Putin. Donald, I miss you too. I miss
so
you.
Much.
Thank you for rolling out the literal red carpet for me, using uniformed U.S. soldiers on their knees to do it. You actually did above and beyond my wildest dreams. I never thought that I could get you to get U.S. troops to kneel before me and roll out the red carpet. I have no doubt this is going to do very good for your election and for your numbers. And by the way, you should look at mail-in voting, not good whatsoever. And you should tell people that I told you to do it. Winning political strategy. Please do it. I love you too. Das Vidanya.
Vlad, Melania never talks to me about that. Wait, Vlad, where'd you go?
Wait, Donald, Melania is beeping in. Hang on one second. Melania, I will get off the phone with him soon. I love you. Yeah, this is so, listen, I don't know what to say, man. Like, this is so dumb. This is the dumbest political love affair we have ever seen between a very dangerous Machiavellian Russian dictator and Donald Trump, who is also really dangerous but really dumb. I just, like, you can even hear when they're trying to get more information out of him, and he just can't shut up about how amazing Putin is. Like, they're trying to sir, disaster interview.
Yeah, let's move on to another clip.
Real estate developers, I look at it, I said, why the heck did he do that to them? And so there's great hostility, and maybe rightfully so. But one thing was NATO. They went in. They said, we want we want to get Crimea back. This was at the beginning. Now, Putin, in all fairness to him, he made a good deal. He got it from Obama. But they said, we want it back. And that was not exactly well received because it was like 12 years before. That's where Russia has.
So we don't have to listen to his ramblings on that topic. We'll move on from it in a second. But
thank you.
Just how scary it should be to us that's how he explains it. Did you hear what he said? He said Putin actually made a good deal with Crimea. Obama gave it to him, which of course is not at all what happened. And I was just talking to a journalist in Ukraine, Kalen Robertson, who was saying that from his perspective, what makes this so disturbing is that when he hears Trump speak about the subject, he clearly has no attachment to the history, to the series of events in this conflict, to what's happening on the ground, to the geography, doesn't know anything about what he's talking about, except he thinks of this as one big real estate transaction. And the truth is Crimea was illegally seized by Russia. And if you want to argue Obama should have done more, obviously there was a U.S. response and sanctions stuff, but if you think Obama should have done more, fine, that could be your argument. And I think there's plenty of justification now seeing just how far Putin's going to make that argument. But to describe it as a real estate deal, again, shows he has no attachment to what even he's talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's absurd. It's like that time when you and I made a really big deal when I just took your laptop from you and you got nothing and I walked away with it. Like, that was a really great deal, wasn't it? I mean, obviously not. It's just so dumb. Yeah. That's what I mean. But it goes to, I talked about this because I covered a bit of this on my own channel, and it said, foreign policy experts will tell you that there's this notion of, I think it's called strategic empathy, where you're supposed to consider the viewpoint of the other belligerent, no matter how distasteful you find them, just to understand where they're coming from. And the problem is Trump is like so bought in to Putin's point of view that it's like there's like even no Venn diagram. It's just a total circle, between the two of them, such that he has no regard for, Ukrainian civilians or Zelensky or even Ukrainian sovereignty as a concept. It's just a good deal is Vladimir Putin taking whatever Vladimir Putin wants at any time.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. All right, moving on from that subject, he then just lied about the effect that his federal takeover of D.C.
Wait, who? Trump lied? Donald Trump? Wait.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right. You should have warned me. Okay. That's unexpected.
And while you're watching this, just so it's not all the way at the end, please do subscribe to this channel if you appreciate it. Free and easy, but very helpful. And then Josiah's channel by searching Pondering Politics on YouTube, and it'll be linked in the description below. All right, here's a clip.
But Mr. President,
now I'm doing something that I'm having such fun with because I'm helping people. I've made Washington D.C. Did
you hear that? You're right. They cannot even get their question out.
Just an incredible place. In literally 4 days, I have friends that say they're going out to dinner. Did you see what's happening with the restaurants? They're bursting. Yes, they were all closing and going bankrupt. I mean, it would be. It would be great. There's a guy named Sean Hannity. He might take a very lovely young lady that he knows very well to dinner in Washington, and they don't have to. And she's sitting right next to you, by the way.
That's right.
But Mr. President, I don't want to get him in trouble, so I better explain exactly. We don't want any secrets here. But that's the greatest relationship. I hope I'm not breaking any news. This could be the biggest. Hey, this could be the most important thing I said. But let me tell you, those are two great, Ainsley and Sean, great people. And when they go out to dinner, I don't want to see them get mugged. Now they can go out. They can hold hands. They can walk down the street. They're both superstars. I want to know who makes more money because she's got to be making a lot.
Mr. President, we're so happy for them. But
I don't even know. So I asked you before we started recording the segment, why, and there's a second clip I'll show you too. Why is it so uncomfortable whenever Trump brings up that Sean Hannity is engaged to Ainsley Earhart? And I guess it's because probably at Fox they have a rule, because workplace, whatever, that we were not going to talk about that on the air because it's two hosts. I don't know. I don't really understand that, but I guess. And so then Trump just keeps going, oh, this could be breaking news, but I'm just going to keep talking about it. And he goes, he's such a cheater. He's such a cheater in his head that he goes, oh, Sean's going to bring some nice lady to a DC restaurant. And I mean, Ainsley, not his side girl.
Not Stormy Daniels. not Stormy Daniels.
Just don't want to have any secrets. I'm talking about Ainsley.
Yeah. It's just, and he just keeps going, and you can hear even when they're not on screen and it cuts to that chyron of Trump, because it's obviously a phone interview, not like a live TV interview in that way. You can hear them with the noises they make. No. And you can even see it on her face. Ainsley Earhart is as MAGA cultist as it gets. And for her to have that look on her, like she's pissed. She's like, stop talking about this. And he's like, I can see it's very uncomfortable for you.
I'm sure you make a lot of money.
Let's continue.
Now, in response, people were linking this headline because his argument was my takeover of the DC police and the deployment of the National Guard is making people go out to restaurants more. But reservations actually plunge across DC restaurants after Trump's police takeover, which I've told this story before, Josiah, but one of the greatest moments in the history of DC, people tell me, was that we went out with the wonderful and amazing Brittany Page and Jesse Dollemore in DC. And I wasn't wearing I wasn't wearing a lot of jackets and it was cold. And I was like, I'm cold. And they're like, oh, Texas boy, you can't handle, this is not cold at all. We're fine. And so then I got my ego challenge and I was like, I can handle the cold. And so I took off a lot of my clothes, including my trousers. And so it was just underwear and a t-shirt. And I was like, see, I'm not cold. And do you think I would have shared such a beautiful moment with Jesse Dollemore and Brittany if the National Guard was standing right next to me? No. Yes, put that up on screen, Jaden. Do you think I would have been able to create such a special memory if police were all around? No. Out on the streets of Washington, D.C.?
Was that them photographed after seeing you take your trousers off? That was taken immediately after. They were standing behind. They were sitting, I suppose, in front of the Washington Monument and in front of the Beasley Monument. They're in Washington, D.C.
Oh, my lung collapsed. Thank you, Josiah. Okay, well, they ended up Trump brought up Ainsley. Very good. Can we get an applause for that one, Cole? Thank you. Okay. So Trump brought it up again.
Yeah, there's a guy named Sean Hannity. He might take a very lovely young lady that he knows very, very well to dinner in Washington, and they don't have to. And she's sitting right next to you, by the way.
That's right.
But
Mr. President,
I don't want to get him in trouble, so I better explain exactly. We don't want any secrets here. But that's the greatest relationship. I hope I'm not breaking any news.
Wait, that's the same clip, isn't it? Is that the same clip? Oh, yeah, that's the same. This is the second clip. I apologize.
People in government.
Well, President Trump, we want to thank you so much for joining us this morning. We know that you have lots of other wars around the world that you need to end, and that's more important than anything. So we appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you very much,
Mr. President.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Ainsley, thank you. I hope I didn't get you in trouble with John. No,
we
it's
appreciate
just a great
your
couple.
support.
I'll say it. I like this. It's a great couple. We love them. Have a good time, everybody.
Congratulations for yesterday. Thank you, Mr. Trump.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you all very much.
The 45th and 47th President of the United States giving us some breaking news on what took place.
On Ainsley and Sean. That's funny.
It was almost like one of those things at the like the Academy Awards or whatever, when a speech goes on too long and they start to play the music, to playing them off. I mean, and he's just so blissfully unaware, and so he won't shut up as they're like, yeah, so you obviously have some other things to do, like really important. Some say the most important stuff. We should probably just let you go. What was that?
It does.
Oh, you want to hang around more? God.
It does remind me.
I could come in, guys. I could come in. I have nothing going on. If you want, I see some room on the couch. I know I'm doing this on the phone. I'm actually right outside, guys. I've been ringing. Ding, ding. The best bell, some would say. Come on, let me in, guys. God.
Oh, well, I think we should leave it on that note. Josiah, thank you so much for the laughter and the joy. Where can people support your work? I know I already told them, but tell them again.
They can find me at youtube.com/@ponderingpolitics, one word. Thank you so much, Luke, for the collaboration.
Thanks.